I think we're back now as our internet went out up here. I'm having trouble. We're got about 2 or 3 different backups. Trying to get our Verizon back up here, our Todd Neal special. Not sure if that's going to work for us here in the press box or not. It wasn't working earlier, but now I'm on my iPhone here. We'll see how long that lasts. I'll apologize for the internet issues. Not exactly sure where we left off, so I'm going to give you a recap. If you weren't watching on PLTV, it's $95 for a year-long subscription if you're interested in watching every Rhythm game. But Aiden Gibson led off the top of the second inning with a ringing double down the right field line as we are now set to begin the bottom of the second. Nick Judd out for his second inning. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 in the Rockabillys lineup. First pitch misses low and outside after Aiden Gibson lined a double down the right field line. Mays White from UAB struck out. Ramey Harrison from UAH, University of Alabama Huntsville, grounded out. Judd's second offering of the inning is in there for a called strike. Ball a strike now to TJ Rockabillys from Emporia State, left-handed hitting catcher. Leading off here for the Rockabillys. So with a runner at second with 2 outs. That breaking pitch missed a little bit high to Rockabillys. In the top of the lineup, Joe Watkins, who'd scored the first Rhythm run, hit a triple over the head of Julian Jimenez to drive in Aiden Gibson with the second run of the game. There's a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff batter in the bottom of the second, TJ Rockabillys. And with Watkins standing at third base, Brett Von Dolan stood up and hit a shot into the left center field gap, and then Julian Jimenez played Superman and dove into the gap, into the grass, and made a spectacular diving catch to Rob Von Dolan of an extra base hit and an RBI to end the second inning. That brings us now to Rockabillys, who hits a ground ball that gets into right field for the first hit of the year for the Rockabillys. First hit off of Nick Judd here in the ball game. Hopefully this internet will work for us. I think our backup Verizon internet looks like it might be working. I'm not seeing the light on the backside of it. I'm going to have to get with Todd Neal probably tomorrow up at Drakes Creek Park for our home game. We use the boxed internet for our home games as well. Stepping in with 1 on and nobody out is the third baseman, Caden Contant, C-O-N-T-A-N-T, from Clarion University. He looks at a breaking pitch for a called strike. Make sure we're back up on YouTube. And it looks like we are live. Line drive, foul down the right field line. Sliced by the right-handed hitter. Contant is a 6'1", 200 and they say 8-pound. I bet he had a couple biscuits for breakfast. He might be 210. From Kent, Ohio. Rising senior at Clarion University. And I don't know where Clarion is. I'm going to guess it's in Ohio, and I'm an Ohioan. You'd think I'd know, but I don't. Another foul ball. That'll get into the seats. And no spectators were harmed with that line drive foul ball into the seats. Nice little crowd here on a beautiful Tuesday evening as the Prospect League schedule gets underway. 18 teams, so 9 games being played all around the Midwest. We are in the southernmost home in the Prospect League, Jackson, Tennessee. Fly ball out to right field. Ramey Harrison's going to have to get over to the line, and it will fall in the field of play, but it will fall in foul territory. Harrison slid into the dirt, but could not get to the fence quick enough to make the catch. He'll retrieve the ball in the right-hand corner, and throw it into the ball guy. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes to contact with Stan King, first baseman for Jackson, standing on deck. So leadoff single by Rocker Bomber. Just missed outside. Judd vying for his 3rd strikeout of the ball game, but might be looking for that ground ball, see if he can get him to do that double play. See if we can find one for Mays White, Aiden Gibson, and Lawson T. Short to second to first. The 1-2 is delivered and just misses again on the outside corner. Gabi Perel listening in. She's going to have some excitement coming up here soon as Levi and Perel, Drew Robertson, former rhythm players playing for Catawba. And they are headed to the NC2A Division II World Series. And there is a swing and a miss and a roof store strikeout. The 3rd of the ball game for Judd and the first out here in the 2nd inning. Jack, don't call me Armstrong, listening in on Facebook. Saw that your mother was sending in a post earlier. It's good to see you joining us here, Jack. Henry Jackson, our assistant general manager this year, said he faced you this past spring. Said you got the better of him, I believe. Actually, you got the better of the whole team. He said he shut him down in 5 innings. See who else is joining in. Trevor Barnes back for year number 2. Billy Graves replying to Trevor. One ball, no strikes to the left-handed hitting first baseman. He hits one to first, and Lawson T. tried to backhand it, and he was going to try to start that 3-6-3 double play, but it hit off his glove. Aiden Gibson, who was backing him up, went ahead and gloved it through onto first, and that's your garden variety 3-4-3 ground out. And on the play, Rocker Bomber, Rockabillys catcher, moves down to second base. And hey, I don't have to look over here, and I don't have to move him over to second. But Presto Sports, there we go. He just moves him over with 2 outs. Now Ethan Rossau, left fielder, stands in. Swings, and I think he foul-tipped that one. Just got in and out of the glove of Jackson Cothran behind home plate. Rosso, R-O-S-S-O-W. I think it might be Rossau. We had some help with some pronunciations by a media intern here, Aurora Reeves. I think she said Rossau as he looks at a called strike. Down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. As the sun begins to set here, Ramey Harrison having trouble out in right field with that. He's the only position player who's in the sun and struggling with that. Everybody else has a good, clear vision of the playing surface. Looks beautiful here. Let's see. Time violation is called on Nick Judd by our base umpire. Only 2 umpires here in Jackson. Back at Drakes Creek, full count rhythm, we'll have 3 umpires that will call all of the home games at Drakes Creek Park. So the count moves to, I believe it's a ball and 2 strikes now on Jackson Rockabilly left fielder, who swings and misses at the breaking pitch. Another roof store strikeout. And it is 2 an inning for Nick Judd. He's now has 4. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We are through 2 innings, and the Rhythm lead 2-0 in the inaugural game for the Rhythm in the Prospect League. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're a part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our clients. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so that we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial representative, William Stiles, today at 615-824-7020 to talk about how we can help ensure the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own no matter what it looks like.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We're moved to the top of the third inning. Jacob Tobias, Jackson Cawthorn, Andrew Hunt to face Matthew Riley, or Matt Riley, the left-hander from Freed Hardeman. First pitch is swung on and fouled. That sneaks on through the on-deck area. Our on-deck ball boy was not watching. I think he felt that one whiz right by him, and that got into the stands. Good thing nobody was hurt with that. That's down there where the Rhythm family are staying. There's a fly ball out to right field. Tobias lifts one to Will Bowen, the right fielder, for out number one. First time that Riley has retired the leadoff batter in 3 innings. Tobias singled and drove in the first run of the ball game in the first. He's now 1 for 2. Jackson Cawthorn reached on a fielder's choice. Another left-handed hitter looks at a pitch inside. So Jackson's dad up on day number 1 up in the Full Count Rhythm headquarters at CrossFit Hendersonville. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. He's the son of Josh and Charlie Cawthorn. Psychology major there at Ohio University. Grounds one foul at the plate. Brother to Easton Weston, Jacob and Savannah. Hello to Pawpaw and Nana in Murfreesboro and Grandma Pat in Florence, Alabama. He's staying in the host home of Greg and Kathleen Bender. And Bobby Kleinow, a new mentor for the Full Count Rhythm, is his man this year. Pitch misses high, ball, 3 balls, 1 strike to the Rhythm catcher. 34 games, started 31 for the Bobcats up in Athens, Ohio. Hit .278. He flies that one up into the infield. In comes Stan King, the first baseman. He's going to give way to second baseman Brogan Jones. And that was the proverbial mile-high pop-up in the infield. So 2 out here in the third. Brings up Andrew Hunt, who singled up the middle in his first Full Count Rhythm at-bat. Left fielder from the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Andrew did not play this year. Wondered if he was hurt or not, as the first pitch, breaking pitch, gets in there for a called strike, but not really sure what happened. He had a very, very good year for Wallace State Community College in Hanceville the year before that. Hit .350 as he takes another strike. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Swings it from the right side. Business marketing major there at University of Alabama, Birmingham. Count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. He is the son of Stephen and Cameron Hunt, brother to Grayson. Grandson of Pops and Mina in Birmingham, Alabama. Pops that one up out to the outfield. This will be in right center field. Let's see who'll take it. Will Bowen He makes the grab with that glove in the right hand. Left-handed thrower. And a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Riley. His first of the evening. The Rhythm still lead 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. I want to thank again Rhythm, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Title sponsors, big-time sponsors. Ryan Duncan over at Rhythm, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Haven't been by that new store that they're building over on Gallatin Road, right up from Center Point Drive. Main road where I live, as I get out on Gallatin Road, heading toward Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Is not sure when. We'll have to find out when the new store for Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will open up. But we also want to thank Safeware, Mike Harrell as being one of the big-time sponsors. AAA Auto Glass. Going to have to get into the rhythm of calling out those AAA Auto Glass foul balls. The Roof Store sponsoring our strikeouts, and again, Frosted Luau sponsoring our player of the game. They'll also have a food truck or Frosted Luau truck at ball games from time to time. Also thank Anchor Transportation, CrossFit Hendersonville, Old Hickory Bats, La Quinta Inn and Suites we'll talk about later. We'll have a Full Count Rhythm alumni spotlight a little later on in the game. You're listening in and you're wondering how you can actually watch the game. Because of contractual arrangements with Prospect League TV, we cannot show you through our cameras the game. That is being shown right next door to me. Alexander Bitterling is the broadcaster for the Jackson Rockabillys, young man from Union University. He's actually from Portland, Tennessee, up in Sumner County near Full Count Rhythm territory, and he is broadcasting the pictures, descriptions, and accounts, all by video and audio over there. But subscribe, and we're bringing this to you in case you just want to listen, or if you want to watch and listen. We start the bottom of the third. Nick Judd delivers a breaking pitch for a called strike to the center fielder, number 9 hitter Julian Jimenez. Not sure how many innings Judd will go tonight, but he is in his third inning, giving up a couple hits, actually 1 hit and 1 walk. Struck out 4, and that breaking pitch misses outside. A ball and a strike to Jimenez with Will Bowen, the leadoff batter, on deck. High and outside to the left-handed hitting center fielder. It says he's at Utah Valley, but I think he just left Milwaukee Area Technical College. He's from Romeoville, Illinois. 6'2", 185-pound, rising senior. 2-1 pitch is drilled to the first baseman. Diving catch by Lawson T. That big frame. He took a step and a dive toward the fair line. Caught the ball right above the dirt for a line out to lead off the bottom of the third inning. Now Will Bowen, who grounded out to Aiden Gibson at second, stands in. Also a left-handed hitter. Squats, lays that bat down on his shoulder pretty flat. Looks at the first pitch inside. It's not right on top of the plate, but he's closer to it than not. Judd misses outside. In the Rhythm wearing brand new uniforms this year. I think they've got 32 different flavors of they're Baskin Robbins of uniforms this year. There's a called strike. They're wearing the road grays, tops and bottoms. Josh Carmen is a fashionista. I'm not sure if Brooke, his lovely wife, is as much a part of this, but he and one of the board members, John Smithson, they want to make sure you look good. Another ground ball to second and another assist by Aiden Gibson. A couple 4-3s on the score sheet for Will Bowen. And it's 2 down here quickly by Nick Judd. Brogan Jones, the second baseman, stands in. He struck out looking for the first strikeout of the ball game. Nobody on here in the bottom of the third, 2-0. Full count Rhythm leads. Here's a strike on a fastball. Clips that outside corner. Brogan must have been a late add onto the Rockabillys roster. He's not showing on the one that's online that I printed off. Had to search far and wide to find out who he was. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Thank you for joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. To check here in just a little bit, see how many are watching on Twitter. So we've got some international flavor. Another swing and a miss and a roof store. K in the books, number 5 for Nick Judd as he hops off the mound. And a 1-2-3 inning for Nick Judd as the third is the first 1-2-3 inning for both pitchers. And after 3, Rhythm lead 2-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. We move to the top of the 4th inning. To the plate to face Matt Riley, the left-handed starter. He's given up 2 runs on 4 hits. Leadoff walk in the first has scored, and a leadoff double in the second has scored. The only 2 runs of the ball game. First pitch into Lawson T.E.A. is in there for a called strike. Lawson grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first. Home plate umpire had to move out of the way of that one. That was low and inside and in the dirt. Got a bunch of you on Twitter. That is the social media that just surprises me that people are watching on Twitter. I'm not sure if that means you're mobile, you're on the move more or not. Count now goes 2 balls and a strike. Now 3-1 to Lawson T with Aiden Gibson on deck. Mays White waiting in the wings. And the delivery is low, and Lawson T with a leadoff walk here in the 4th. In all road games will be this version audio only, and the camera that we'll test that out if folks say, hey, we don't want to see you while you're broadcasting. I tell you, it's a lot less spinning plates up here when I don't have to do the switching cameras and running the scoreboard. So that is a Presto Sports scoreboard that you're seeing. Apparently it is a bit delayed, but right now it looks like it's okay. As Aiden Gibson looks at a called strike, he doubled the first pitch he saw in the second inning. I think that was right as our internet had gone down. Nice line drive down the right field line, and leadoff double. Grounds one. That will hop into the Jackson dugout. Looks like most of the players are up at the fence, so doubt anybody's sitting back on the bench. That's about where that baseball went. So Aiden Gibson from Carson Newman University. Ground ball to third. on 2 hops. Caden Contant over to second and on to first base. A 5-4-3 double play. That erases the leadoff walk. Now 2 outs. And Mays White will step to the plate. He struck out swinging in the second. White from UAB. Shortstop. Looks at the ball inside. .5'11", 175 pounds as that ball goes to the backstop. TJ Rockabomber will let the ball dude get that one. White from Brundage, Alabama. He went to Pike Liberal Arts High School. Transferred from Florida State to UAB. And he is ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. He's another finance major. Son of Mario and Bridget Watkins, brother to Amity and Ivy. Has a granny in Tuscaloosa and a meemaw in Lexington, Alabama. That pitch gets away from Rockabomber as ball 4 to White. 2-out walk. 3rd walk of the game, 2nd of the inning by Riley, as it looks like a couple players are stirring now in the Rockabillys bullpen. Ramey Harrison steps up. Harrison, a left-handed hitting outfielder. Harrison played in 40 games for UAH, and another runner picked off, slides into second base, and he's safe. He was off on the first move from Riley, and Mays White gets in underneath the tag from Merritt Carter. 2nd stolen base of the game for full count, and that gets the runner in scoring position. Let's see if we can move him on over there quickly on the Presto Sports scoreboard. Harrison, 6'2", 200 pounds, looking to drive in a run. First pitch he sees is high and tight. He grounded out to second base in his first appearance. From Philadelphia, Mississippi, went to Neshoba Central High School, transferred from East Central Community College over to UAH as a chemical engineering major. And a breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Left-on-left matchup, Matt Riley and Ramey Harrison, son of Jeremiah Harrison and Mary Ferguson. Runner's going to go to third. Mays White is going to be thrown out, trying to move up 90 feet. So the first caught stealing of the year. Nabs White, who must have thought he had a good jump off of Riley, but with the left-handed hitter there, as TJ Rockabomber had a clear path to throw out White. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are through 3.5 innings, scheduled for 9. Rhythm still lead 2-0. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Vamos Ritmo, Alex Montiel, one of the Full Count ministry missionaries down in Nicaragua. Alex Montiel, Hada Rubio, David. What is David's last name? I keep forgetting it. I'll think of it. I'm an old man, Alex. David, if you're listening in. They are full-time partners with Full Count Ministry. They run the operations for Full Count. Down in Ocotal, Mazante. Been doing that for years. Merrick Carter starts the bottom of the fourth off for Jackson. Looks at the first pitch outside the zone. Carter walked, and he is halfway there to walking again off of Nick Judd, who's out for his fourth inning. 2 balls, no strikes to the left-handed hitting shortstop from UAH, teammate of Ramey Harrison. Might be the former teammate with Jackson Jarvis, assistant coach. Trying to think if their paths crossed over there at Columbia State. 3 balls, no strikes. And Carter apparently hard to pitch to by Nick Judd, the right-hander from Owensboro, Kentucky. Just gets a called strike there, 3 balls and a strike. Zeladon, that's right. Ground ball, foul. Nice play by the first base coach down there, whose name I do not know. Francisco David Zeladon. Is that right? Larry Gorg, good to see you yesterday up at Drakes Creek Park. He's listening in. Full Count Ministries, full count, strike 3. Merrick Carter goes down. He was ready to, he actually did toss his bat and is very surprised that that pitch called a strike. A roof store strikeout number 6 for Nick Judd. And now Matt Houston, who was the second roof store strikeout victim to end the first, stands in. Right-handed hitter from Navarro College, the DH. Fouls that one off. That'll get into the stands. Let's see if a play is going to be made. An empty seat made a nice catch. All green seats here in Jackson Generals Park. Jackson Rockabillys Park, I would guess, since the Jackson Generals do not exist any longer. The 0-1, another foul ball at the plate is Houston up there to swing the bat. I'm not sure what kind of bats Jackson uses. Of course, Full Count Rhythm, nothing but old hickory steel press bats. Good buddy Chad Lamberth owns the company up there in Millersville, just hop, skip, and a jump away from Drakes Creek Park. 0-2 pitch, misses somewhere. Cothran tried to frame that one, get another backward K in the book, but our home plate umpire had nothing with that. 1-2 pitch, inside pitch. Houston drives one high and down to the left side, and the catch is made. Andrew Hunt, through all the screens and the wires that I see here, he almost overran it, got right to the fence, down the left field line in foul territory, and made the catch. Nice running grab by Andrew Hunt. For out number 2, 2 outs, nobody on, and TJ Rockabomber, who has the only hit of the ball game for Jackson, stands in from the left side, looks at ball 1. Rockabomber from Emporia State, 5'10", 190-pound catcher from Herman, Missouri, a rising senior. 1-0 pitch, that catches part of the plate for strike 1. So Andrew Hunt in left, Joe Watkins in center, Ramey Harrison in right, Brett Von Dolan at third. He hadn't had to make a play yet. Mays White at short, Aiden Gibson at second, Lawson T at first, and Jackson Cothran catches that called strike from Nick Judd, who's in his trying to get his 12th out of the ball game. There's a ground ball to the right side. Judd's going to cover. Lawson T's going to throw overhand to Judd, covering for the PFP, and it is successful. Another 1-2-3 inning. That is 9 in a row set down by Nick Judd. We are through 4 innings. Rhythm scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. It's been all zeros since then. We are headed to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're a part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our clients. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so that we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Call your local Country Financial representative, William Stiles, today at 615-824-7020 to talk about how we can help ensure the future you're dreaming of is something you can proudly own no matter what it looks like.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese back for the top of the 5th inning. It's Matt Riley still on the mound for the Rockabillys. Looking down at the Rockabillys bullpen, and there's a right-hander getting loose down there, but trying to find the number as Ramey Harrison leads off. Number 9, 1, and 2 come to the plate here in the top of the inning. First pitch swinging, Harrison grounds one to first base. Stan King handles that one easily. 3 unassisted. Harrison now 0 for 2. Couple ground outs to the right side. Number I thought I saw on the jersey was number 3, but that's supposed to be being worn by left fielder Ethan Rossow. First pitch to Joe Watkins. It's out of the glove of Rocker Bomber for ball 1. Watkins been on base both times he's come to the plate. Looks at another ball inside as he has to move back. He walked and scored in the first and drove in a run in the second. Grounds one foul down the third base line. Still getting to know these faces here, of course. And I'll get to know the numbers as well. 6 foot, 195 pound, rising senior is Joe Watkins at UAB. And a called strike. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's the son of Joey and Stacy Watkins and brother to Alexa, hello to Paul and Nana in Dothan, Alabama. He's staying with the Blazers. Starts to swing. They're going to say he did go. The ball got away from Rocker Bomber. Throw down to first base. Will retire Watkins. Joe was not sure if they were going to call the swing. He thought he checked the swing, but first base umpire says no, he did not. And that is 2 quick outs. That brings up Brett Von Dolan, who's 0 for 2. Looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Riley come back well here in innings 3, 4, and 5, although he got a little bit of help in the 4th. There's a grounder to third. Caden Contant up and over across the diamond. That is another 1-2-3 inning for the Rhythm. 5-3 put out. Retires Full Count. We will move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Matt Riley now giving up only 2 runs on 4 hits. That all happened in the first 2 innings. We'll be right back after this break.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Got a new pitcher out here on the mound. We have a Safeware call to the bullpen. It looks like the long-haired Ryan Sweeney. I like when they have something I can see from a mile away that help me recognize them. Nick Judd finishes 4 innings, gives up no runs and 1 hit. Struck out 6 batters. Did give up 1 walk. Did not hit a batter. Not sure how many pitches he ended up throwing. But Ryan Sweeney, hard-throwing right-hander out of Trevecca Nazarene University, is our Safeware call to the bullpen. Just saw the commercial there. Mike Harrell, longtime supporter of Full Count Ministries and Full Count Rhythm. They are hosting, see who they're hosting in their house. Mike and Amy Harrell. They've got Maze White staying with them. Logan Harrell, their son, was supposed to be playing for the Rhythm this year. He with the Rhythm last year and ended up getting hurt this spring at Trevecca, right-handed pitcher as well as a position player. He was a two-way player for Trevecca. Ended up having surgery, and so he's out for a while. So, new pitcher on the Safeware call to the bullpen. See if we can get a little more information on Ryan Sweeney. So he faces 6, 7, and 8 in the Jackson lineup. First pitch is high. Ball 1. Sweeney, 5'11", 185-pound, rising sophomore from Centennial High School, sports management major. Pitches from that modified wind-up position and nearly plunked Caden Contant, who was 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. Sweeney's the son of Ed and Julie Sweeney and the younger brother of Bryson. Married to Madison. They live in Cornersville, Tennessee. Has a Mimi in Franklin. There's a breaking pitch. Gets in there for a called strike. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to Caden Contant with Stan King on deck. Also has a Papa and Nana in College Grove, Tennessee. He's staying in the home of Brent and Pat Elliott. They are veteran host home family. And his mentor is Andrew Andriotta. Next pitch is a breaking pitch down and inside. Scoreboard says there. Now it shows 3 balls and a strike. Sweeney on in relief of Nick Judd. Walks the first batter that he sees. 3 appearances for Trevecca this year. 6 2/3 innings. 9 hits. Walked 7 and struck out 7. So if that's the case, we might have a, is this a pinch hitter? No, it is not. Number 36, Stan King, bats from the left side. Arizona Christian University. Grounded out to the right side. Fastball misses up. Sweeney comes set with a runner at first. and delivers to the left-handed hitter who lines one foul down the first base line. King's one who grounded one off the glove of Lawson T with the runner at first. That was TJ Rockabomber. And it hit off of T's glove, bounced to Gibson, who was able to recover and throw runner out at first. Swing and a miss, runner's gone, and that ball is thrown into right center field. Stolen base by Contant, and he's going to move on to third, and there's a throw that gets by Brett Von Dolan at third base, but Contant stays at third. So a stolen base and an error, as that ball must have slipped out of Jackson Cothran's hand. It was completely wild, not even close to the second base bag. It was in the right center field, so Ramey Harrison had to recover that one, the right fielder. So the stolen base and an error puts Contant on at third. Count is now a ball and 2 strikes to Stan King with Ethan Rossau on deck. Nice block by Cothran to keep the runner at third on a pitch in the dirt. Two count. They got one out on the scoreboard. There's a Tapper foul on the right side, but there's not an out on my score sheet. First game, everybody's trying to get into rhythm here. Rockabillys, would assume that has something to do with Jerry Lee Lewis, who's from down here in West Tennessee. So there's some music theme to both teams here. Want to shout out to Grand Nora in Starkville, Mississippi. She's back for year number 4, swinging a foul ball straight back. Her grandson Tyler Sills played 2 years and then coached a year last year as Harrison Travis and Tyler Sills, 2 of the assistant coaches. Harrison Travis now back on the team as a player. Tyler Sills nowhere to be found. He is continuing his education, I believe. Swing and a miss. The Roof Store. First strikeout of the game by Ryan Sweeney, and that is the 7th of the ball game by Rhythm pitching. And there is the first out of the inning. Let's see if they leave the 1 out up on the scoreboard. Looks like they did. Ethan Rossau, left fielder, stands in. He was a strikeout victim to end the second. Fouls the first pitch he sees from Sweeney off the screen. Josh Carmen back for his 3rd year as the head coach, 4th year as the general manager of the 4-year existence of Full Count Rhythm. 3 new coaches and a new assistant general manager. Cothran blocks another pitch in the dirt. Pitching coach is Jordan Dool. Jackson Jarvis is the hitting coach, and Jimmy Gamboa is the bench coach. Also handles first base. Henry, the Eagle Nail Tribe Jackson, is the assistant general manager. And his very good friend, Rebecca Payton, is the young lady who is running things while Brooke Carmen has to take breaks from time to time. Count goes a ball and 2 strikes on Rossau, the 8th hitter in the Jackson Rockabillys lineup. Good to see you on Facebook, Grand Nora. Line drive out to right field. That'll get the first run of the ball game in for Jackson. An RBI single by Rossau. Drives in Contant. Right now that's an unearned run, but could be made earned depending on what happens later on here in the inning as Julian Jimenez stands to the plate. He lined out to Lawson T, the first baseman, in his first appearance leading off the third. So the first run of the game for Jackson comes in here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Contant walked, stole second, went to third on an errant throw by the catcher. After a strikeout, a line drive single by Rossow, the second hit of the ball game for Jackson. Cuts the lead in half. Runner goes. Pitch is a ball. Throw down to second base is not in time. It gets away from Mays White, but that's the second stolen base of the inning. Ball got away from White, but not very far away. And Rossow will stand in at second base. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes to Jimenez. There is now activity back in the Rhythm bullpen. Sweeney having a little trouble with that strike zone, and he gets a called strike there on a fastball. No catcher down there, just one lonely player. I think it might have been Aaron Hash as Jackson Cawthorn, the catcher, goes out to talk to Sweeney. Julian Jimenez, left-handed hitter, batting ninth, and on deck, Will Bowen, another left-handed hitter. The Rhythm only has 2 left-handed pitchers out of the 20 that are showing on their roster. Local young man here, Andrew Perry, and another local to Sumner County, Hendersonville, Chet Lax. He's yet to join the club. Sweeney now has his sign. 2-1 pitch, misses down low. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. As the tying run is on at second base. Nick Judd faced 4 batters. 3-1 pitch is fouled off. That will hit, I think, off of the facade of the press box area, or the suites area just to the left of the broadcast area. And the count goes to Full Count Ministries, full count. Only our second of the ball game. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. And a full count first pitch, foul ball. I am not keeping up with that this year, no longer. Stopped doing that in the Ball State spring season as well. Shirley Hunt, Andrew Hunt's grandmother, Nana. I had a Nana when I was growing up. Don't hear that phraseology too much, or that nickname or moniker for her grandmother. 3-2 pitch just misses inside, and that's second walk of the inning by Sweeney. She says that Andrew was red-shirted. Showed up as red-shifted, but I knew what you meant. Shirley's giving me the down low on the Hunt family. Bobby Hunt, an All-American at Alabama. Played with the Phillies. Top of the order for Jackson, Will Bowen looks at ball 1. Ryan Sweeney needs a ground ball to a middle infielder here. Will Bowen's delivered 2 of those. They've been to the left of the second baseman, Aiden Gibson, though. Not your garden variety do-dat double play, as that pitch gets in underneath the raised arms of Bowen for a called strike. Count moves to a ball and a strike, 1 out, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 5th, 1 run is already in. Jackson threatening to tie or take the lead. Sweeney with a couple looks back to second, delivers just outside. Cawthorn kept the glove there for a few seconds. Home plate umpire did not make a call on the strike. Breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Bowen's grounded out twice to Aiden Gibson at second. Sweeney throws probably a little bit harder than Nick Judd does, so maybe that'll mean a ground ball right to Gibson or White. The breaking pitch we don't need it. Brian Sweeney walking off the field like he's just gotten the third out, but I think he must have been looking at that scoreboard earlier. That's just the second out of the inning and the Roof Store strikeout of the inning for Sweeney. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. That is right on par with his spring average, but a backward K in the book for out number 2, and Brogan Jones steps to the plate. Jackson looking for a 2-out knock, and a nice block by Jackson Cothran, is an excellent defensive catcher for full count. 2 years at Motlow State. Got to see him play both those years there as I broadcasted for Volunteer State Community College. And then he came on as the very first junior college player ever to crack the roster for Full Count Rhythm. A couple of years ago, came in, won a championship his first year, came back last year, won another championship, and is back for his 3rd year with Full Count after a season up at Ohio University. Tried to frame that one outside, that fastball, but no call made there. 2 balls, no strikes. Brogan Jones struck out looking in the first, struck out swinging in the third. Sweeney trying to give him the hat trick. Going to have to get strike 1 and strike 2 first. There's a ground ball foul just past the Rhythm dugout down the first base line. Lawson T picks it up, hands it to the first base coach, who hands it to the ball dude. I don't want to call him a boy. He's not a little guy. Two balls and a strike with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Sweeney with several looks back at second, delivers a fastball that catches that outside corner this time for a called strike, and now they count. They have 2s that are wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 on. 2-1 full count lead. Could we have the 3rd Roof Store strikeout here in the inning? Sweeney breaking pitch just misses up, and we'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. After this half inning, we'll get to the La Quinta Inn and Suites Alumni Spotlight. Familiar young man is our Alumni Spotlight today. He's in the ballpark. Full count first pitch. Foul ball off to the right side. That will get over the seats. Several youngsters. I assume these get young folks that are running right in front of us here behind home plate that are after that. Surely they know that there's about 12 more kids over there to the right that have already got that foul ball. Runners are moving on the pitch. Sweeney comes set and delivers. That is ball 4 outside. The 3rd walk of the inning by Ryan Sweeney. Nobody listening in the Rhythm bullpen, so Sweeney's going to get an opportunity to pitch out of this as Jordan Dool will come out to have a chat with his right-hander. Since the entire infield don't really know each other, they're going to come in and listen to what Coach Dool has to say. Let's give you a little information about Jordan Dool, first year with the Rhythm. Did I print it off is the question. There we go. He's from San Diego, California. He currently works with the Texas A&M baseball team is in analytics, video, and special projects. He founded an outfit called Workhorse Baseball in 2022. It's an online baseball training and coaching project that he has. He's a UC San Diego grad. He's currently working on his Master's of Sports Management at Texas A&M. And he and Jimmy Gamboa, assistant coach, also a former pitcher in college, knew each other from somewhere, and they kind of came as a team, the two of them. This is the first pitch to Merrick Carter is in there for a called strike. He's walked and he's struck out looking. Sweeney trying to work out of a bases-loaded jam, and he might be able to do it. Ground ball to Mays White. Throws high to Lawson T, but it's a good thing that Lawson is 6'2". He got up on his tippy toes and makes the catch for a ground out. And out number 3. 1 run. Not sure, probably ends up being earned after a walk, a single, and a couple more walks. So earned run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 3 runners left on base. After 5, the Rhythm still lead 2-1. We will get to our La Quinta Inn and Suites Alumni Spotlight. Today's Alumni Spotlight is our Assistant General Manager, Henry Jackson, formerly of Carson Newman University, now with William and Mary, and he has just arrived yesterday in town. And he will be Josh Carman's right-hand man to help in things that Josh needs a break from time to time, as he has to tend to some family duties from time to time. He's got a sick son at home that he'll need to take some time off for. So Henry Jackson, 2-year player with the Rhythm in 2022 and 2023. He's the son of Frank and Beth Jackson. He won championships in both those years and did not get the postseason from 2022. So he's played 58 games plus whatever the postseason games he played in 2022, hitting over 300. Has a couple of home runs, 44 plus RBIs, and 230 plus at-bats. And he is here with his fiancee, Rebecca Payton, who has already moved to the Middle Tennessee area. She's a kindergarten teacher at Howard University Elementary in Sumner County. Henry had an undergraduate degree from Carson Newman in business administration. He is now working on his MBA at William and Mary. And we have a new pitcher on the mound, and it is number 2. Let's see if I can find a number 2 on their roster. Rosters are not really complete yet. Taylor Vinson looks like the new pitcher for Jackson. Taylor Vinson is 6'4", 190-pound right-hander from Ringgold, Georgia. Shows he's a freshman at Cleveland State Community College. Have to see if we can find some stats on him. I don't remember seeing him at Cleveland State this year, but he is coming on in relief of Matt Riley. So Henry Jackson is our La Quinta Inn and Suites Alumni Spotlight today, and it'd be great to see Henry all summer long, as not only will he be the assistant general manager, but if the Rhythm end up in a pinch, need another player, Henry Jackson's going to probably be a good fill-in. Number 2, Taylor Vinson on for Matt Riley, who goes 5 innings, gives up 4 hits. Struck out 3. These are all unofficial, as I am not the official score. Struck out 3, walked 3. Give up 2 runs, and they were earned. Did not hit a batter as Jacob Tobias, Jackson Cothran, and Andrew Hunt to face Taylor Vinson. First pitch Vinson puts in there is like it was off speed, in there for a called strike. Tobias swinging from the left side. And already after 1 pitch, TJ Rockerbomber has to go out and have a chat. Vinson wearing the number 2. So Matt Riley right now is the pitcher of decision, as he's currently on the hook for the loss, cannot get the win. Next offering from Vincent is high. Cleveland State was the runner-up in the Tennessee JUCO conference tournament to Dyersburg State. They had a great run. Count now goes 2 balls and a strike. Mike Policastro, the head coach over at Cleveland State. Been there for a long time, 30 years maybe. There's a long fly ball to right field. And that ball is gone off the top of the second wall. The Dasani and Powerade sign out there. I don't know if that's 2 walls or 1 wall, but it's off the top of the highest one. And that is a solo shot by Jacob Tobias. First home run in Prospect League history for the Full Count Rhythm belongs to Tobias, who's now 2 for 3. He got that one high, and it just got out of here. And the Rhythm lead 3-1. Jackson Cothran stands in. Also a left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 2, looking for his first knock of the game. Ball has not really traveled that high or that far here in this game. So I was surprised to see that one go. I thought it was pretty well hit, but it ended up hitting right off the top of the wall. And from my vantage point, there's the black that's all the way at the bottom of the wall in right field. There's only signage right center field and over to the right field line. There is a few signs in left center, but they have a blue monster wall in left field. It's less than 320, looks like, down the left field line. 320 down the right field line. Got these nets in front of me. 392 to dead center field. Count now is 2 balls and no strikes to Cothran. And now 3 balls and no strikes. So looks like Vincent might have been upset with that long ball, as you would expect. Vincent got in 10 games, all in relief for Cleveland State. And a 4-pitch walk to Cothran after the solo home run by Tobias. The first 2 batters that Vincent faces. That brings up Andrew Hunt. 1 for 2 in the ball game. The left fielder for Full Count. Vincent 8 2/3. 10 hits, 11 runs, which were earned, walked 8, struck out 9. And an 11.42 ERA from Ringgold, Georgia. And it is 5 straight outside the zone as Hunt looks at a fastball away. And activity in the Rockabilly bullpen. Rockabilly bullpen's twice as big as the Rhythm bullpen down the right field line, as you would expect. Another pitch high, throw down to first base, and Cothran back in time. Inaugural game in the Prospect League for Full Count Rhythm. All wood bat as they're swinging the old hickory steel press bats. Jacob Tobias dropping a little hick with the solo shot to right field, leading off the inning. There's a high fly ball out to left center field. Back goes Ethan Rossow, and that ball's going to get out of here as well. Andrew Hunt with the 2-run shot. I guess the ball's flying now. Big fly brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. And the Rhythm put 3 on the board here in the 6th off of Taylor Vinson. There you go, Shirley Hunt. Congratulations to the Hunt family. As Andrew is now 2 for 3. Gets a couple RBIs. Tobias has a couple RBIs in the ball game. Single and an RBI in the first, and a solo home run to lead off the 6th. Looks like Tobias's home run might have knocked the lid off. Andrew Hunt hit one High and over the left center field fence. That's got to be probably 3. I'm telling you, that it takes a right angle out there in left center field. I bet that's 380 plus. We don't have the, I don't have it, the trajectory and all that information that you have on the ESPN broadcast. My motto, it's just like ESPN, only totally different. Lawson T stands in with 3 runs in, nobody out, nobody on. He's looking for his first hit, 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch he sees from Taylor Vinson is called a strike. There was a meeting at the mound to try to settle the young right-hander down. And he pours in a strike. That's a Zach Williams strike after the pitching coach goes out and chats with the pitcher. He likes to keep track of that. Next pitch, though, high and inside. Ball and a strike now on Lawson T. from Lipscomb University. T backs away from a breaking pitch. Called a ball. I said he was 6'2". He's actually 6'4". Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Wearing the number 5. So apparently the uniform numbers and the size of the uniforms don't necessarily match. Lower the number, typically smaller the uniform. And he fouls that one back off the screen, stays alive in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. How's the scoreboard working on the on our broadcast here tonight? Does it seem like it's keeping up? That's one of the things I'd like to know. Tanner Sandell checking in, says that's my boy Tobias. Tanner Sandell, a mentor to a couple of the players, and Jacob Tobias is one of them. Full Count Ministries, full count now to Lawson T. with Aiden Gibson standing in the on-deck circle. Full count pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. That full count first pitch foul ball percentages working well. It didn't have a lot of full counts early in the game, but we've had several here in the middle part. Scheduled for 9 innings here, as all games in the Prospect League will be. I think there is a run rule. Not saying that we're getting close to that, but 5-1 full count. Scored 3 here in the 6th on the second pitcher of the ball game for the Rockabillys, Taylor Vinson. He misses. No, he doesn't. That pitch whispered at the outside corner, said the home plate umpire, and he rings up Lawson T., who is 2 steps down toward first base. And I think I would have been heading down that way too, but my opinion doesn't count. First strikeout for Vinson. And T is now 0 for 2. Aiden Gibson steps to the plate. Highs and lows of baseball. Smoked a double down the right field line and scored in the second. Grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Just joining us, running the first, running the second for full count. Run in the bottom of the 5th by Jackson. Now 3 here in the top of the 6th for full count. Swing and a miss by Gibson. Count moves to a ball and a strike on Aiden. Saw somebody earlier was rooting for Gibby. I assume that's Aiden Gibson. That's about where the pitch was that rung up Lawson T. It's called a ball here on Aiden Gibson. Mike Harrell listening. Mike, tell me, is the syncing pretty good? You're watching on PLTV and you're listening in. How's the sync? Are we like 20 seconds delayed or what? Foul ball. That will get into the stands. Heads up. Just below me to the right. Doesn't look like there's a chance that I could get a foul ball here in the booth. We've got AAA Autoglass foul ball. Sorry, Dylan Doris. Got to get into the groove. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Who gave the holler out to Gibby earlier? pitch that misses. Full Count Ministries, full count. Todd Neal chimed in earlier. Good to hear this face for radio. Harold Cross earlier is rooting for Gibson. Lifts one out to right field, but over in the gap goes Will Bowen, and he makes the catch for out number 2. And another visit to the mound. That looks like that's going to do it for Taylor Vinson. Assuming that's the head coach, JT Scarra, wearing the number 6. He gets the baseball. We have a pitching change here after 5 batters for Taylor Vinson. We'll take a break, tell you about the new pitcher. We return right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network. What number are we on? Told you, Zach, I wouldn't be able to keep track of it.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
And the pitching change is going to be somebody familiar to the Trevecca fans out there. Patrick Green is the third pitcher of the ball game for the Jackson Rockabillys. 5'10", 175-pound left-hander from Millington, Tennessee. That's down just north of Memphis, where the Southwest Tennessee Salukis play, the USA Stadium in Millington. He is a rising senior at Trevecca Nazarene University. Teammate of Logan Harrell, whose father Mike has been listening in. Let's see if Mike ended up commenting here on Facebook. Trish Howard did. 20 seconds ahead of TV. Wow. So you're anticipating what's happening. Well, I tell you what, I can't mess up now then. Didn't realize I was going to be ahead. Okay, so down in Pack Road, Alabama, where Trish Howard, mother of Carson, otherwise known as Pig Howard, right-hander from UNA. That's his mama. As Patrick Green will face Mays White. Swings at the first pitch he sees from Green. So we have Green versus White. The color palette. White fouls the first pitch back. He struck out in the second, walked, stole second, but was caught trying to steal third in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Or a foul tip in and out of the glove of Rockin' Bomber. What a great name for the Jackson Rockabillys. Rocker Bomber. RACHERBAUMER. Can I buy a vowel? On deck, Ramey Harrison. White looking for his first hit in a Rhythm uniform. Green delivers a fastball high, ball and 2 strikes. Rhythm with 3 runs in the inning. Jacob Tobias led off the inning with a home run off the top of the right field wall. A walk to Jackson Cawthorn, and then a big fly by Andrew Hunt. There's a big fly out to left center field. Mays White trying to get something in the gap. Julian Jimenez will range over into the gap and make the running catch for the third out. So Patrick Green comes in He gets the last out. 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th inning, full count with a 5-1 lead. See who comes out to pitch for the Rhythm here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
Get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
I've lost my cursor on my computer. I don't know how I'm highlighting these various scenes that I'm going to. The live scene that says it's time to talk baseball here as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. I think earlier I said that Nick Judd was the nephew of Todd and Beth Cox. That is incorrect. That was not a lie. It was I misremembered. Their nephew is on the mound right now. Aaron Hash from Bellarmine University, 6', 200-pound rising senior from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Former Hoptown Hopper back in 2022, but played for the Full Count Rhythm, won a championship last year. Exercise science major. The son of Garen and Tammy Hash, brother Austin. Poppy and Mimi in Campbellsville, Kentucky. He's staying this year at the host home of Brian and Susan Truitt, along with his college teammate Jacob Rowald. And his mentor is Evan Jones, a fan favorite, along with Tanner Sandell. My son this year is a mentor. Love our mentors. Each player has one. Ash delivers the first pitch to the DH, Matt Houston. Ryan Sweeney goes an inning. Gives up 1 hit, 1 run. Walked 3, struck out 2. His inning of work. So a couple Trevecca pitchers, Ryan Sweeney and now Patrick Green, as Aaron Hash from Bellarmine, the Fighting Ross Spurgeons. The pitching coach up there for Bellarmine. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike to Matt Houston with TJ Rockabillys on deck. Thanks for joining me on Full Count's YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Foul ball catches, I believe, Jackson Cawthorn behind the plate. He's a tough guy. And he's got equipment on. Doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt, though. Houston is 0 for 2, struck out in the first and flew out in the 4th. Grounds one slowly to third. Brett Von Dolan cannot get the handle on that. Let's see how that one's ruled. Slow roller down the third base line. Von Dolan, I believe that's his first play of the day. And they will rule that an error. Second error on the Rhythm. The Rocker Bomber steps in. He's 1 for 2. As the air conditioner kicks on in here, gonna need to make a note. Bring a coat to broadcast it. Jackson, you can hang meat in this place. Got the window open in front of me. Nice breeze, warm breeze comes in time to time, but I don't see a thermostat here where I could kick it down, but Aaron Hash, the third pitcher for the Rhythm, gets a swing and a miss by the left-handed hitting catcher. Nick Judd went the first 4, gave up only 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, struck out 6. A fantastic outing for the newest, I guess, Trevecca Trojan, as Hash gets that called strike. So actually 3 of the Trojans pitchers, 2 that were there last year and 1 that will be going there. Nick Judd committed, I think, just yesterday or the day before that to Trevecca after leaving Kentucky Wesleyan, getting his degree. Pitch is popped up to the left side. That'll get out of play. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. Dylan Doris, he and his wife are also host homes. I want to thank all of our host home families. Dylan and Stephanie, they are hosting Jacob Newman, I think when he gets here. I don't think he's here yet, the son of Jeff Newman. I think I saw was listening in earlier. He is the Full Count Ministries contact down in Birmingham, Alabama, as that pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rocker Bomber. Hash looking for a ground ball to turn a dudette double play. Had one turned against the Rhythm today, but hadn't had one for the good guys yet. 2-2 pitch, popped up. Back comes Jackson Cothran. The little guy trying to make a play down there. At first I thought he was trying to get out of the way of it, and then it looked like he was trying to make the play. Probably about a 7-year-old behind home plate. And that got into the little deck area that is just to the left of home plate behind the screen. That's a foul ball. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. Nobody needs to call AAA on that foul ball, though. And I think they're closed. Check swing. We want to check out with the base umpire who puts the arms to his side and high, says no, he did not go. So we have a Full Count Ministries full count. Caden Contant is due up next. Houston reached on the slow roller down to third base that could not be handled by Von Dolan. A full count pitch misses outside. That's ball 4. First 2 have reached here in the 6th. Hash had 15 appearances for Bellarmine this year. Did not have a decision. 21 innings. Struck out 10 batters. Had an excellent season for Full Count Rhythm last year in 13 appearances, 2 starts, had 4 saves. Did not have a decision in 34 innings, but only gave up 20 hits. There's a foul ball off of Jackson Cothran, and that's going to be a catcher's interference, and Jackson's glove fell off, and he is bent over as Josh Carmen will come out of the dugout. A trainer from the Jackson dugout will come out as Cothran is looking at his left hand. Caden Contant tried to offer it the first pitch from Aaron Hash, and I'm not sure why Jackson Cothran's glove would have been that close up to the swing, but there wasn't any question that the bat hit Cothran's glove. It may have hit pretty far back, as a matter of fact, so catcher's interference will load the bases, as I think the only other catcher on the roster is Caden Wilkes. He has come out with his gear on, and let's make sure that is, in fact, Wilkes. Where's the number 28? He's walking back into the dugout. He'll need to get the communication equipment off of the chest protector of Jackson Cothran. So prayers for Jackson that everything is okay. I'd sure hate for him to be injured and down for a long time or even any time. As I said, I think there's only 2 catchers that are here of the 4 that are on the roster. Drew Charney is from Butler, I think is supposed to come, and I know Riley Black, I think, is scheduled June 6th. He's staying at my son and daughter-in-law's house when he arrives. Wilson and Anna Reese are host home family, and he is also the mentor to Riley Black, as a catcher out of Lee University over in Cleveland, and that is Caden Wilkes who comes out of the dugout. So I'm not sure who's going to be warming anybody up in the bullpen for the Rhythm. Caden Wilkes will be a redshirt freshman. He's in the transfer portal, coming out of Middle Tennessee State University. So he is getting some warm-up tosses from Aaron Hash right now. Wilkes, 6'3", 220-pound redshirt freshman. Local boy from Hendersonville, Tennessee, went to Hendersonville High School and as an undecided major, the son of Brian and Shanna Wilkes, brother to Kelsey, Camden, and Kyler. As grandpa in Hendersonville and Papa and Nana in Florence, South Carolina. His mentor is Nathan Neal. Did not play in a game for MTSU this past year. We are set for action again with the bases loaded and nobody out. Stan King, the first baseman, looks at a ball outside. An error, a walk, and another error via the catcher's interference. That has put Jackson Cothran over on the bench. Stan King lines one into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. One run's going to score. They're going to hold Rockenbomber at third, and the bases are going to stay loaded. RBI single by King. That's his first hit of the ball game, and an RBI single and an unearned run. Comes in for the Rockabillys. Ethan Rossile, 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the 5th. Only the third hit of the ball game for Jackson. Breaking pitch, missed somewhere, maybe inside, I guess. Looked like a pretty nice pitch from high above home plate. Appreciate all the help from the Rockabilly staff to get us going here. We had some internet issues earlier. Foul tipped into the glove. Strike 1. Rossal from Gardner-Webb University. Left fielder on deck is Julian Jimenez. If you want to go with the Jays, Julian Jimenez. Breaking pitch, missed just outside. Apparently Wilkes' framing is not to the liking of our home plate umpire. Just 2 umpires here. If you weren't with us earlier, be 3 at Full Count Rhythm home games. Each team, I guess, has their own idea as to what the right number of umpires is. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner. Grant Edwards checking in. Sounded good, Timmy. Vamos Ritmo. Let's go Rhythm. That's a little Spanish for you folks. I'm trying to be multicultural here. Full Count Ministries is 5 weeks of mission trips this summer. Tapper at the plate, foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Go to the Full Count Ministries website or Full Count Rhythm website, fullcountministries.com, fullcountrhythm.com. See all that Full Count Ministries is doing for baseball players, not only Middle Tennessee and Birmingham, Alabama area, as well as in Nicaragua. Grant Edwards on the board of Full Count Ministries. Steve Barrios checking in on Facebook. Nice block by Wilkes to prevent a run from scoring there as the ball was in the dirt. And the count goes full of another Full Count Ministries full count. Ash trying to work out of trouble. There's a line drive over the head of Mays White. That'll get into left center field, and 2 more runs will score. Hunt gets the ball back into the infield, and the runners are going to be at the corners as Rossau gets his second and third RBIs of the ball game. King moves over to third base. Rocker, Bomber, and Contant come in to score. 3 runs now in the inning. And nobody getting loose. Again, I don't know who's going to warm up the pitchers in the bullpen. But there's back-to-back hits for the Rockabillys, and Julian Jimenez stands in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Rhythm put 3 on the board in the top of the 6th, and Rockabillys have matched that with 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. They are looking to add on. Rhythm with a slim 1-run lead again. Here's a line drive, softly hit to Aiden Gibson at second base. He makes the grab for out number 1. So Julian Jimenez has been retired with 2 line drives in the ball game. One was pretty well hit that Lawson T took a base hit away from Jimenez in the 3rd, but this was softer hit, just happened to be right at Aiden Gibson. So now double play will get the Rhythm out of it, and we're back at the top of the order. Will Bowen, runner goes, grounded to first base. The runner is going to be safe at first. It's off the glove of Lawson T again, over to Aiden Gibson, and Aaron Hash, who was covering, not in time to get Will Bowen, who gets an infield single and an RBI, and this game is tied up. Rossau moves down to second base, and Brogan Jones steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts and a walk. Hash didn't have the inning start out well for him, but now 3 hits in the inning. Started off with an error, a walk, and a catcher's interference that loaded the bases. First pitch to Jones misses low and outside. The Rhythm still have the force play at first, second, or third. Fastball at the letters on the inside corner for a called strike. Kids camp for the Rhythm in a couple weeks. June 10th through 13th over at Drakes Creek Park between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Go to fullcountrhythm.com as Hash dots another one in there for called strike. Fullcountrhythm.com, and there is a tab there for kids camp. Sign up. Everybody in the neighborhood. It's a fun time. 4 days. And then followed by on the field on Thursday night. Home games all that week. So that breaking pitch misses low and outside. This will be the 4th year for kids camp. A couple hundred kids show up, at least the last couple of years. Hopefully we'll have a little cooler weather than we've had over the last couple of years. I think it got to be about 98. There's a line drive to right field. Ramey Harrison over toward the line. He's going to make the running catch as the runner at second Looked like he was going to start the tag up, but he's going to stay put at second base. So second out recorded on the running catch by Ramey Harrison out in right field. That retires Brogan Jones, and now Merrick Carter, the ninth batter, is going to have to wait. We're going to have a new pitcher. So we're going to have a Safeware call to the bullpen. Josh Carmen is out of the dugout, so we will take a break and be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Safeware call to the bullpen as J.D. Price, right-hander out of Georgia Southwestern, as the fourth pitcher on for the Rhythm in this ball game. 6'3", 185-pound redshirt junior from Knoxville, Tennessee. Played his high school baseball at CAK, Christian Academy of Knoxville. Transferred from a couple schools to get to Georgia Southwestern. Was originally at Western Carolina, then over at Southern Union Community College before he got to GSW, Georgia Southwestern. Been a number of players that have come out of there to come up play for the Full Count Rhythm, notably Peyton Sells. Saw that he was listening in earlier, and the Sells Cell, a great group of folks from down there in Georgia. JD, the son of Jimmy and Janice Price, brother to Josh. He has a mamaw in Cosby, Tennessee. He's staying at Eric and Gay Sutley's house. I believe that's he, and he's got another teammate, I believe, is staying over there with him. Merrick Carter stands in with 2 outs and 2 on, looks at a called strike. Carter is 0 for 2, walked in the first, struck out in the third, and grounded out in the fifth. Number 3-hole hitter from UAH, Alabama Huntsville. JD got into 17 games all in relief for Georgia Southwestern. The pitch moves away from the left-handed hitting Merrick Carter and ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ethan Rossow at second base and Will Bowen at first. Look back to second and a delivery. Ground ball to the right side. Gibson gloves, twirls, throws in the dirt. Gets by. Backing it up is Price as the runner scampers back to third base. Price, if he would have thrown, may have had a chance at getting Rossow over there at third base, but I think JD made the smarter play. Surely that is not ruled as an error. But they've shown a third error up on the board. And Houston gets his second appearance at the plate in the inning as Jackson has batted around. He reached on an error to begin the inning and came around to score. First two pitches to Houston are outside the zone. 3 hits in the inning, 4-5. All right, well, they gave him a hit on that, which I would agree with. I don't think it's an error on a really nice play by Aiden Gibson. And now JD's gone 3 balls, no strikes to Houston with the bases jammed, 2 outs. I just don't know where the third error. Well, okay, that's going to be the catcher's interference. They've put it up on the board as an error. It is considered an error. I just didn't think it went in the line score. 3-0 pitch, misses outside, and there is 4-pitch walk to Matt Houston. Easy RBI. Gives the Rockabillys the lead, 6-5. A nightmare inning for full count rhythm pitchers. And Rocker Bomber stands in from the left side. He walked in the inning. Bowen at third, Carter at second. Now Houston at first, and the first pitch to Rocker Bomber in there for a called strike. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Walked earlier here in the 6th inning. J.D. Price on in relief of Aaron Hash. Sidearm delivery, ground ball too short. Mays White's going to go over to first base, throws it right into the dirt. Gives a nice hop to Lawson T. Almost like he planned it that way. 6-3 for out number 3. But a big inning for Jackson as they take the lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs. Not all of those were earned. On 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on my score sheet. 2 errors, including the catcher's interference, and 3 runners left on base. We are 2/3 of the way through this one. And Jackson has taken their first lead of the ball game, 6-5. We'll be right back after this short break.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property, it's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Move to the top of the 7th inning. 9-1-2 due up for the Rhythm. We'll face Patrick Green, the third pitcher, on for the Jackson Rockabillys. Harrison looking for his first hit of the ball game and the year. He's 0 for 2, a couple ground outs to the right side. Left-handed hitter from the University of Alabama, Huntsville. Jackson Jarvis takes his spot at third base. Coaching box, and he's going to go clean off third base. He's the youngest son of Dave Jarvis, the head coach at Belmont University. First pitch to Harrison misses high and away. Swings and pops one down to left field. That will get down right in front of Ethan Rossow for a bloop single in the left field. Harrison with the leadoff single. Now 1 for 3. They say it looks like a line drive in the scorebook. It doesn't in mine. I draw it so that I can describe it later. But it's still a hit. Still counts as a 1 for 3 and a .333 batting average. That brings up Joe Watkins, who's 1 for 2. Struck out in his last at-bat on a check swing. The pitch misses high and away. Joe Watkins from UAB walked and scored in the first, tripled over the head of Julian Jimenez in center field. Drove in a run and then struck out in the 5th. Started to swing there, but holds up on a pitch called a strike. Watkins, a transfer from Lawson State, Alabama JUCO, where he played 2 years, hit .382 in his sophomore year, hit .254 in his freshman year. It's one there off the end of the bat. How's that? And Kevin Pomeroy making a play down there for the Rhythm out of the dugout, wearing the red hat. He rode down on the team bus today. Kevin Pomeroy is a mentor and very close to the Full Count Rhythm team year after year. And he's going to go down on strikes as he pulled the hands back again from an inside fastball. And Patrick Green tied up Joe Watkins. First strikeout of the ball game for Patrick Green. And the first out of the inning brings up Brett Von Dolan, who's 0 for 3. Third baseman from MTSU. Got a lot of end of the alphabet names here. That ball gets in the dirt. Rocker Bomber off with the mask quickly and covers that ball. Keeps Harrison at first base. Got a Von Dolan, Watkins, White, and Wilkes on the fielder side. My cheat sheet here in alphabetical order. I think I have all these guys memorized. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw down to second base. Harrison is called out. Thought he got his hand in there, but base umpire, as Harrison's going to stay at second base. Jackson Jarvis, I'm not sure if we have the ability to replay here or not, but Josh Carmen's out of the dugout, and he wants to have a chat with our base umpire. Not sure. Maybe he's asking if is that the second baseman that covered over there, if maybe he had blocked the base. I'm looking over here to see if there's a replay that the Rockabillys might have, but haven't seen one yet. Big monitor to the left, and it looks like nothing's going to change, and Remy Harrison's going to be caught stealing. We're out number 2. Throw skipped down there, and pitch was called a strike. Von Dolan showing 1 ball, 1 strike. I thought that was the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Now he's down with 2 strikes. Scoreboard says 1 ball, 2 strikes, so I'm going to go with that. Alex Montiel still listening in down in Mazante or Ocotal in Nicaragua. Swing and a miss, and the Rhythm go down 1-2-3 ultimately. 2 strikeouts in the inning. There was a hit, but he was erased on the caught stealing, so nobody left on base. And we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Rhythm are behind. We'll need to throw some zeros up on the board. Well, thank you for tuning in tonight on this inaugural night in the Prospect League and the inaugural audio only / let's watch the broadcaster call the game on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Get this cursor to work. It's not working.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Found it. I found my cursor. 7th inning stretch as they're playing the age-old song, Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Finally figured out maybe how I can get to this live stats. Got a lot on my plate even without running the scoreboard, and see if we can get to it. J.D. Price back out on the mound for the Rhythm. Caden Contant, Stan King, Ethan Rossow due up here as we begin the bottom of the 7th inning. I-40 just out to the left field area as it heads up to center field. Exit 87 or 85 real close here. Pitch gets in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Clarion University third baseman. Neil Diamond still playing in the background. Ground ball to third. Von Dolan with a high hop. And that gets off his shoulder into left field. Mays White collects that one. And that's got an H written up there already for the hit. That's a bad hop. Von Dolan's going to have nightmares tonight. He's had 2 plays down there, and they have not gone his way yet. They want to get this Neil Diamond song in bad. The bottom of the 7th, apparently that is the song. Stan King, 1 for 3, stands in. Got an RBI single. And he's got an single there, not an RBI, but slices one to the right of Mays White, and the first 2 have reached here in the bottom of the 7th. And my wife says there's 2 kinds of people in this world. Those that like Neil Diamond. She never finishes that. I'm one that likes Neil Diamond. She's not necessarily a fan. Ethan Rossow, 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. A run scored stands in. See if he might square around a bunt here late innings. 2 on and nobody out. He does not square around, and that pitch from J.D. Price gets on the outside corner for a called strike. Rossow, R-O-S-S-O-W. Another pitch on the outside corner, called strike. Rossow apparently not looking for a pitch outside corner on the outside part of the plate. Hunt playing pretty deep in left field. Joe Watkins in center. Straight away, Ramey Harrison looks like he's playing actually in right field. There's a breaking pitch that apparently curved around the inside corner and not called a strike. A number of you checked in on Facebook. Appreciate that. There's a ground ball to third. Von Dolan under his glove and into left field. Going to send the runner. The throw of the plate cut off. They got the runner at second. Late throw by Von Dolan, and that's another base hit and another run. 3 hits in a row. Runners now at first and second, and 7-5 lead for the Rockabillys, who did not score until the 5th. 1 in the 5th and then 5 in the 6th. 1 right now here in the 7th, and threatening for more as Julian Jimenez squares around the bunt, and that ball gets by Caden Wilkes. That'll be a pass ball. And the runners will move up to second and third. Make sure that that is ruled a pass ball by the official scorer here in Jackson. Ken Stegall would have looked over at me and said, what do you think, pass ball? Actually, he would have just said, that's pass ball. There's ground ball slowly hit to the right side. J.D. Price has no play. Comes off the mound. Lawson T., who was coming in as the infield was playing in, could not get back to the base, and Aiden Gibson couldn't get over there either. So that's an infield single, and the bases are loaded. Runner stayed at third. Is probably the only play that J.D. Price would have been to throw to the plate. Couple hundred of you listening in on Twitter. Unbelievable. Appreciate you joining us today. New and old Facebook friends and fans. To the top of the lineup, Will Bowen looking at 2 pitches outside the zone. Infield playing in. Nobody out. A nice snag there by Caden Wilkes, who came in for the injured Jackson Cothran, as there is a right-hander getting loose down in the bullpen. As I think that might have been Jordan Dool, who came out of the dugout to look down there to see if whoever it is that's getting loose is ready. Let's see if I can see who is down there. Gage Voda, number 38, getting loose. So 4 straight hits by the bottom 4 in the lineup for Jackson. They've scored 1 run and loaded the bases. There's still nobody out. Infield playing in on the grass. Rhythm need a ground ball right back to J.D. Price. Instead, that's a 4-pitch walk to Bowen, and another run is walked in. Second time that J.D. Price has walked a man with the bases loaded. Stan King comes in to score. Brogan Jones steps in from the right side, and there's the ball outside that Wilkes has to stab at to keep it from the backstop. Nick Judd started 4 excellent innings. Ryan Sweeney struggled in his 1 inning, but only gave up 1 run on 1 hit. Stranded 3 walks that he allowed, struck out 2. Aaron Hash and J.D. Price have had a tough time with Jackson Rockabilly's lineup, as that pitch looked like it was pretty good from here, but I'm not as close as our home plate umpire. He called that ball 2. Jackson leads 8-5. And ball 3. I would say this is the last batter that J.D. Price is going to face. It appears as though Gage Voda is ready. As now another right-hander is getting loose, so the pitch is apparently stays inside. J.D. Price has walked 2 straight on 4 straight pitches. Another RBI walk, and the 3rd run of the inning has come in. Josh Carmen is out of the dugout. We will have a Safeware call to the bullpen Be right back after this break.
You might get to nap, but your money doesn't. Like right now. At Volunteer State Bank, it's working hard day and night, earning 4.5% APY. Playtime, drive time, anytime. You could be out with friends or on vacation, but your money, it doesn't take a break. You've worked hard for it. Now let it work hard for you. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account today and earn 4.5 annual percentage yield if qualifications are met on balances up to $15,000.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Safeware call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Gage Voda out of Butler. He's a Butler Bulldog, 6'6", 195-pound sophomore from Stevensville, Michigan. Lakeshore High School, sports media major. Right-handed pitcher, the son of Mike and Annette Voda. He's got a brother, Cade, who's also a player at Butler. And a sister, Alexa. Hello to Grandpa George and Grandma Nancy in Niles, Michigan, and Papa and Grammy in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He's staying at the host home of Doug and Rebecca Dorn. They've got a couple players there. His mentor is Doug Dorn, D-O-H-R-N. He and his entire family are here watching Game 1 of the Prospect League's new era for Full Count Rhythm. Doug is, I think, Drew Charney, who's also a Butler Bulldog, is going to be coming in soon at some point. I want to thank our host home families, Ryan and Lindsay McDuffie, Todd and Melinda Neal, John and Amy Smithson, Brent and Pat Elliott, Brian and Susan Truitt, Eric and Gay Sutley, Eric and Tina Stewart, Jimmy and Linda Edwards. We'll get to the rest here in a moment as Gage comes in with bases loaded and nobody out to face Merrick Carter, who swings at the first pitch. He sees it, fouls it off the screen. He had an infield single in the 5-run 6th inning, wearing the bright pink batting gloves. Swings from the left side, the shortstop from Alabama, Huntsville. Infield is in, and there's a called strike on the outside corner. Voda ahead in the count. J.D. Price goes a third of an inning, gives up 5 hits. Right now, 3 runs. Walked 3. And is responsible for all 3 batters on. And Carter looks at a little slider up and away for ball 1. On deck, Matt Houston. Vondolan, White, Gibson, and T in on the grass. This is low and away. Gage Voda, the 5th Rhythm pitcher on for Full Count today. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a foul tip straight back. Caden Wilkes going to go out and have a chat with Gage Voda. Didn't even get a baseball. He said, I got to go out and talk to you right now. Home plate umpire threw one over the top of Wilkes over to the 6'6" Voda, V-O-T-A. 16 appearances for Butler this year, 4 in a starting role. Did not get a decision, 26-plus innings of work, 23 strikeouts. Another foul ball, that'll get into the stands, and another souvenir for a lucky fan. Twitter is the social media of choice of Full Count Rhythm fans. Don't think there's a way for you to chat with me. If there is, I can't see it. Pitch is high, and we have a Full Count Ministries full count to Merrick with a K, Carter with a C. Former Charger at Columbia State. 1 year at UAH. Stands in and looks at ball 4. Third straight walk by Rhythm pitching. First walk of the game by Gage Voda, and another free run comes in. That's Julian Jimenez. 4 runs in the inning. Bowen at third, Jones at second, Carter at first as Matt Houston stands in. 0 for 3, a run scored and a walk, reached on an error. Pops on out to left center field. That looks like Andrew Hunt territory. He makes a diving catch. Comes up with it. The throw to the plate not in time as Bowen will score on the sac fly. I would just go ahead and step on third base right now. Gage Voda just threw that ball out of play. Not sure that he had asked for time yet. Home plate umpire throws him another baseball, but I hope he had time. Put a star by that one. Andrew Hunt made a diving catch to track down that sacrifice fly. RBI to Houston. That's his second of the ball game, and TJ Rockabillys stands in from the left side. Starts to swing there, but holds up on a called strike. He's the 9th batter of the inning, and there's still only 1 out. As Jackson is taking an 11-5 lead. Just missed with that offering. Wilkes held it there, held the glove there for a little extra time there. Brogan Jones at second. Merrick Carter at first. Caden Contant, who started this inning, is standing in the on-deck circle. Good time for a doodad double play right here. Fouled off into the stands. That will stay inside the stadium. You can see Rockabillys Stadium as you head toward Jackson. It's just outside of Jackson. Guess they call that east. I call it north and east. First time that I've broadcasted a game from in here. Breaking pitch called. Strike 3. Down goes Rockabillys. Nice pitch by Gage Voda. Now 2 outs. Roof Store strikeout. First of the year for Voda. Now 2 outs in the inning, and Caden Contant, as the Rockabillys have batted around for the second time in the ball game. You talk about messing up a score sheet, folks. It will mess one up. Stay tuned after the game. Well, the Frosted Luau player of the game and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. That ball gets just out of the glove of Caden Wilkes. It doesn't trickle away too far, and the runners remain at first and second. Pitch is a ball to Contant, who's 1 for 2 in the game. Reached on a catcher's interference. I don't believe it's not counted as an official at bat. Fouled off the screen to the right side. He scored 3 runs for the Rockabillys. You can go to prospectleague.com and see live scoring. Just go to the Full Count Jackson ball game that shows up there. See what the official scorer rules. See balls and strikes and outs. Recent plays. DuBois County Bombers get their win in their first game in Prospect League action. They had a home game against Rex Baseball. I think they're out of Terre Haute as Voda steps off the rubber. That's his one and only disengagement that he's allowed during this batter. Chillicothe Paints defeat the Lafayette Aviators. High and tight on that offering. Count goes, that's ball 4. I thought that was a third ball. That's what the scoreboard has, but that's ball 4 and the bases are loaded again. Second walk of the inning by Voda. I guess that's the problem with me not keeping up with the scoreboard on my own is I guess I don't trust anybody else. Stan King, he had a single in his at-bat earlier this inning. First pitch he sees is outside. 2 outs and the bases jammed for the Rockabillys. Full count needs an out in the worst way, down by 6, 11-5. The Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimps, 7. And the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes, 1. Getting used to some new names here. Popped up and out of play. Off the bat of the left-handed swinging first baseman from Arizona Christian University, Stan King. Love a name like that. It's easy to pronounce. Johnstown Mill Rats out of Pennsylvania defeat Champion City Kings 13-8. Actually, they're still batting in the top of the ninth. The Kings are. There's a drive to right field. Ramey Harrison back. Looks like he's got that one gauged, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. And the Rhythm finally get the last out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more come through. They had 4 straight hits to start the inning, and then the Rhythm started the walk fest. There were 5 walks in the inning. No errors, 3 more runners left on base. Rockabillys have left 3 on in the last 3 straight innings. 11-5, the Rhythm has some work to do. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression, and IV therapy. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Nothing says rally like Corson Fire and Protection. Is that right, Grant Edwards? Let's get us a rally started with Jacob Tobias, Caden Wilkes, and Andrew Hunt. 3, a pinch hitter, and number 5 in the batting order. Face Patrick Green out for his second full inning of work. Tobias single in the first, fly out in the third, and a solo home run, the first of the year for the Rhythm off the top of the right field fence. In the 6th, looks at a called strike. Lefty on lefty matchup. Starts to move away from that pitch, and now he's going to have to collect himself. I don't think he agreed with that call made by the home plate umpire. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Chokes up a bit on that old hickory steel press bat. And we'll look at 0-2 pitch. He hits one high. I don't think he got this one. High to right field, and Will Bowen comes in. He'll make the catch for out number 1 here in the 8th. It's getting late for the Rhythm. Enjoyed a 5-1 lead, but Jackson has put 10 unanswered in the 6th and the 7th. Take a 6-run lead, 11-5. Caden Wilkes came in for the injured Jackson Cawthorn. get his first action. He swings and misses at the first pitch he sees. Wilkes came in the bottom of the 6th. Jackson Cothran reached out to catch a pitch and was hit by the swing. That ball's popped up out to right center field. Bowen's going to come in and make another catch for 2 quick outs here in the 8th. Wilkes retired on a fly out. His first appearance in a Rhythm uniform at the plate. Now Andrew Hunt, who had a 2-run bomb in the 6th. And he had a single in the first as well. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He and Jacob Tobias are both vying for the Frosted Luau Player of the Game. Hunt fouls the first pitch he sees straight back. Called strike there, and down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Count stays 0-2. Hunt from UAB, redshirted this year. Looking back at some of the statistics of these guys from previous schools, Hunt going to take one off of the thigh there as he started to swing, but pitch kept riding in on him, and there's going to be the first hit batter of the ball game for either team. Hit by a pitch by Patrick Green. Puts a runner on with 2 outs, and Lawson T comes to the plate. Andrew Hunt played in 48 games with Wallace State. 50 hits, 10 doubles, 6 home runs, 36 RBIs. A couple of years ago, hit .350 for Wallace State. And did not play this past year or this spring with UAB. T also did not play with Lipscomb as he looks at ball 1 from Gallatin, Tennessee. Looks at a called strike there. Lawson reached on a fielder's choice, but it was 3rd out in the 1st. Walked in the 4th. Struck out looking in the 6th. This is his 4th plate appearance. Pitch gets down in the dirt. I'm not sure if came close to hitting T in the lower body, but blocked by Rocker Bomber. I want to call him Rosher Bomber so bad. R-A-C-H-E-R. So that is a hard K sound. I think that's sure looks German to me. Rocker Bomber. Fly ball out to center field. Julian Jimenez back, and then he comes back in to make the catch. So 3 flyouts mixed in with a hit by a pitch. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. So Rhythm going to have to make a late game run in the 9th. I guess there's a run rule. So they give up another 5 right here. I'm not sure if it's a 10-run rule after 7, but let's get some outs here quickly here in the 8th. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to Full Count Rhythm on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Score home run deals from your hometown dealer. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We've got Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rhythm's exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles at no additional charge. We've got great deals on deck, so step up to the plate. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram at rhythmcdjr.com. Feel the rhythm, love the ride.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in their relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Tim Reese back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Let's get to the rest of our host home families. Not sure if I mentioned Mike and Andrea Kelly, Greg and Kathleen Bender, Bob and Mary McCall, Matt and Ashley Blazer, Wilson and Anna Reese, yours truly and his lovely wife Susan Reese, Mike and Amy Harold, Dylan and Stephanie Doris, Doug and Rebecca Dorn, Chandler Phelps and Gil Douglas, and also the Davis family as they're offering up their barn for the three coaches. Ethan Rossow looks at ball one from Gage Voda, now looks at strike one. So we are started here in the bottom of the eighth, 8-9-1 due up for Jackson. Rossow, 3 straight hits after striking out in the first. Pops that one up down the right field line. That'll get out of play. Almost looks like an area like you see at the SEC tournament down the right side at the Hoover Met. A couple kids down there in a little grassy area. That one catches the concrete cart path. And goes a ball and 2 strikes. Here's a ground ball up the middle. Mays White up behind second base, and a strong throw to Lawson T to retire Rossow for the first time since the second. Nice play by Mays White to go behind the second base bag all the way out by the outfield grass and make the strong throw to first base. Julian Jimenez steps in. He singled in the 7th as well. He was the 4th straight hit. Caden Wilkes, a little pat on the backside of Jimenez. I'm not really sure what happened there, but pitch was a ball in the dirt, I believe. I don't see it. There we go. Now it's up on the scoreboard. Ball 2. Jimenez, a couple line outs to the first baseman and the second baseman. One soft and one fairly hard. Diving play by Lawson T to retire him. Voda misses well inside in that offering. 3 balls and no strikes after getting the first out in the bottom of the 8th. On deck, Will Bowen, the leadoff batter. 11 runs, 10 hits for Jackson, and now another walk. 3rd walk by Voda. That's the, by my count, 11th walk of the ball game by Rhythm pitching. Bowen, 1 for 4, couple RBIs and a walk. Looks at a breaking pitch, probably right at the letters, at the top of the letters for a called strike. Amy Travis says Jimmy and Linda Edwards are the best. I don't know that, I don't doubt that. I mean, although I did see a post by Jimmy Edwards today that he had Harrison and Aiden Gibson both on a couple tractors. He got them mowing their grass for him. I'm sure Jimmy and Linda have a pretty decent amount of grass. Foul ball off the screen and then drops into the Rockabillys dugout. We've got a bunch of great host home families. This is our first year to do it. We've got a couple pitchers. Left-hander Andrew Perry and right-hander Pedro Pulliam. There's ground ball to the right side. Gibson doesn't, well, he's not going to have a play at second base. He tried to, but Jimenez outruns the throw from Gibson, and Bowen's going to reach on the fielder's choice. Gibson went to second, but Jimenez beats the throw, and runner's going to be at first and second with 1 out. Brogan Jones going to get a chance to get a hit Struck out twice, walked twice, and flown out. He's 0 for 3 as an RBI on one of the bases loaded walks. Breaking pitch misses outside. Hey, the air conditioner went off. Maybe I can warm up a second. When I come back, I'm going to have to find out how that gets handled, or again, bring the winter coat and gloves. I'm telling you, I am freezing up here. 2 balls, no strikes to Brogan Jones from East Tennessee State University. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Boda comes up and in. Nobody loosening in the bullpen. Not sure if somebody's already loose. I'm not sure who the bullpen catcher is, though somebody's walking down now to the mound as there's a 4-pitch walk to Jones. That's second walk of the inning, 4th walk by Voda. And the bases are jammed again. Frankie Delgado might have to come back. Hopefully Jackson Cothran's okay. Just a bruise or something on that hand as he was hit while Caden Contant was swinging. There's a ball that gets away and time is called. Not sure where that baseball came from. Nobody's throwing in the bullpen. The ball dude retrieved it. Maybe it did come out of the bullpen. And the pitcher who threw it's hiding. That's going to catch the outside corner for a strike to Merrick Carter. Merrick is 1 for 3. He's got a couple of walks, an infield single, strikeout and a ground out. Chomping at the bit to put something in the outfield, I'm sure. Breaking pitch misses down low. It's an excellent hitter at Columbia State. I don't have the stats on him at UAH, but very good hitter for Columbia State, who had a fantastic year in the TCCAA this year. There's a called strike on the inside corner as Carter's shoulders slumped down. Quite a few folks from past years whose kids have been on this team that are listening in. Appreciate the love and the support from all these folks. As I can see, they don't post, but when they sign on, I see their names, and I appreciate them checking it out. There is another walk and an RBI for Merrick Carter. That's the second time he's walked with the bases loaded. And the first run of this inning on no hits. There have been 3 walks and a fielder's choice that allowed a runner to get on. And Matt Houston steps in. He's got a couple RBIs, still looking for his first hit. Middle infield is back in double play depth. On the scoreboard it says 2 outs, but there's only 1 as that first pitch misses outside. So the middle infield playing for the double play. T and Von Dolan, first and third, are in at the corners. So there's a called strike on the outside corner. As another right-hander gets loose. And he is on the inside lane, and I couldn't tell what his number is, even if I had the binoculars. Breaking pitch misses low and outside. Boda had trouble with control at Butler this year with 23 walks, 23 strikeouts. Gets a foul ball back there. Also hit 11 batters. So he is here this summer, hopefully to work on control. And has a 2-ball, 2-strike count with only 1 out. There's a ground ball to short. I don't know if it's worthy of 2 or going to get 2. Mays White with the throw in the dirt, dug out by Lawson T. There's a ground out RBI by Houston. Another run scores. Way too slowly hit to try to turn 2 on. But Mays White with the assist and the nice play by T to dig that one out. That's the second out. Now here, scoreboard operator apparently realizes that now and leaves the 2 up there. TJ Rockabillys for his 6th plate appearance. Stands in, looks at ball 1. We are over 3 hours long here in this game. Popped up to the left side. Andrew Hunt moves back in toward the corner. Still going, and he will make the catch about 3 steps away from the blue monster wall out there for out number 3. So nice play by Andrew Hunt, who's made some nice plays out there in left field. But 2 more on the board on no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. All 13 of the runs have been scored from the 5th inning on, and Rhythm find themselves down 13-5. Let's get to our Full Count Ministries verse of the game right now. We talked about the mission verse earlier. The first. Why is my battery draining on my phone here? The 1 Corinthians 9:25 about the eternal crown. There's another verse that the ministry uses quite a lot. It's called lettuce, or actually they call it triple lettuce. And it is Hebrews 10:24-25 that says, "Let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds. Let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." You find that in Hebrews 10:24 and 25. That is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. The Pioneers, the Rhythm will send 7, 8, and 9 to the plate for the top of the 9th inning. Check my connection to see if my phone charger's working. It does not appear as though it is. My son sent me a text an hour ago. Said, shout out. That means give me a shout out to Eli, my 4-year-old grandson. Sorry, bud, I didn't see your text till just now. Aiden Gibson, Mays White, and Ramey Harrison due up for the Rhythm to face Patrick Green. Let's see, Patrick Green may be the pitcher of record as he gets the second pitch that he delivers. Called a strike. Aiden Gibson's 1 for 3. Doubled and scored in the second. One pitch misses inside. I think it was the 6th inning that Jackson took the lead. It was, and there's a high fly ball out to center field. Jimenez over into the left side of the outfield. Makes the catch for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Mays White stands in. Shortstop from UAB's 0 for 2 with a walk. I have to flip a coin on our Frosted Luau player of the game. Might have to have a co-player of the game, or we might have to resort back to our starting pitcher, Nick Judd. The first pitch to White misses outside. To break the tie, we might have to go to the pitching line. Foul ball straight back. Trevor Barnes is a positive thinker. He's got the rhythm coming back and winning this game. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Ball and 2 strikes. Green delivers. Ways. That's combining Mays and White together. Just calling him Wazer. Able to check his swing as they check down with the first base umpire. He says he did not go. Just missed with that one as Patrick Green loses his lid out on the mound. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. We'll be at home tomorrow night. Face the DuBois County Bombers. The first home game. Get your tickets. Go to fullcountrhythm.com as that pitch misses inside. A 1-out walk. Second time that White has walked. First walk of the game for Green. Came in the 6th inning. Taylor Vincent had given up 3 runs on 2 home runs and a walk. Green got the last out. He's only given up 1 hit. A hit batter and now a walk as Ramey Harrison looks at ball 1. After that pitch, Rockerbomber, TJ, the catcher, has to go out and have a chat with Green. On deck is Joe Watkins, the leadoff batter. 56 games, I believe, on the schedule. 28 home, 28 away, 13 against these Jackson Rockabillys. 6 here in Jackson, 7 back home. So first home game tomorrow, then back out on the road. We'll go to Cape Girardeau for the first time as Harrison looks at ball 2. And then back home to face Jackson on Friday night. And then our first road trip in Full Count Rhythm history as we'll have our first overnight stay. That'll be in Marion, Illinois to take on the Thrillville Thrillbillys. As 3 balls, no strikes now to Harrison as Patrick Green has run into a little bit of a issue with the strike zone. So back-to-back overnights for the Rhythm. 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike at Marion, Illinois, Saturday night for a Saturday night ball game, and then a Sunday afternoon tilt with Thrillville in Marion, Illinois. Then a day off. It was a pitch called a strike. High and on the outside corner with Full Count Ministries, full count to Ramey Harrison. An off day on Monday the 3rd, and then off to Chillicothe, Ohio. There's a drive down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's not fair. Just hooked foul. Full count, first pitch foul ball. Chillicothe Paints, one of the longtime members of the Prospect League, and they have a great following up there. And I understand that they've won, I think, the last 2 Prospect League championships. So they have a rich history up there in Chillicothe. It's just south of Columbus, Ohio. 3-2 pitch, grounded to second. This could be the ball game. Over to second for 1, and on to first base for the twin killing that will finish this ball game off. Good start for the Rhythm, but just could not hang on as the pitcher struggled to get pitches over the plate, and the Rhythm fall 13-5. Fall to 0-1 in Prospect League play. Winning pitcher Patrick Green, I believe, not official. And the losing pitcher will be Aaron Hash, again, not official. but that's as I see it on my score sheet. No save in the ball game. A game that goes 3 hours and 12, 15, 14, 16 minutes. Had to take my shoes off there. And our Frosted Luau player of the game is going to be Nick Judd with 4 innings of work. Only gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 6. So Nick Judd is our Frosted Luau player of the game. We'll take a quick break and be right back to wrap this one up. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knocks it out of the park with Nashville's best selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, all new vehicles come with a Rhythm exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles, no additional charge. That's a home run. Find your new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram in Madison, just 10 minutes north of Nashville.
If you've got a dream, then we've got you covered. Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram is like no other.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Game one of the year did not go the way the Rhythm had hoped. 13-5 loss to the Jackson Rockabillys. 13 runs, 10 hits, no errors for Jackson. 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, according to the live stats on Presto Sports Prospect League. Not sure if they have the winning pitcher up there. They do. Patrick Green. No, they don't. I don't see where they would put that. I'll have to learn that system a little bit better, but Patrick Green should get the win. So he goes 1, 2, 3 and a third innings, gives up only 1 hit. Did hit 1 batter and walked 1 batter. And he gets the win in a 13-5 ball game here for the Full Count Rhythm. Tomorrow night we'll be in Hendersonville, take on the DuBois County Bombers, a team that Full Count has had a great rivalry with the last 3 years in the Ohio Valley League. This time it will be in the Prospect League. Full Count loses game 1 of the year, but DuBois County wins their first game. So Full Count will look to get back in or get into the win column at home. So that'll do it from here in Jackson, Tennessee. We'll wrap it up and get on the bus, head back home, get back after it tomorrow, and be glad to welcome Zach Williams, the play-by-play man, back to the airwaves after almost 10 months off. And a baby later, little Maddox, about 9, 10 months old now, his firstborn son born in August last year, right after the season. For head coach and general manager Josh Carman, and for all our sponsors and you supporters, thank you for watching and listening to Full Count Rhythm Baseball here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. God bless you all. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network, presented by Full Count Ministry and Rhythm Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Now let's send it to the ballpark for today's matchup.